I stand before you today to issue a challenge to conquer your limits. For too long, we have allowed fears, doubts, and excuses to hold us back from achieving our true potential. But I'm here to tell you that it's time to break free from those self-imposed chains and embrace the power that lies within each and every one of you. You see, the human spirit is an incredible force capable of overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles if we only have the courage to try. But courage alone is not enough. We must also cultivate an unwavering determination, a relentless drive to keep pushing forward no matter what life throws our way. I know this from personal experience. There was a time in my life when I felt lost, trapped by my own limitations and the weight of others' expectations. But then something shifted within me. I realized that I had been living a life defined by fear, letting my insecurities dictate my actions and hold me back from reaching for my dreams. It was a powerful realization, one that forced me to confront some harsh truths about myself. I had become complacent, content to settle for a life of mediocrity rather than risking failure in pursuit of something greater. But in that moment of clarity, I vowed to change. I refused to be a prisoner of my own mind any longer. The journey that followed was not an easy one. Breaking free from the shackles of self-doubt and negative thinking required a complete overhaul of my mindset and approach to life. It meant pushing myself to my absolute limits, both physically and mentally, in order to break through the barriers I had erected around my true potential. There were times when the pain was almost too much to bear, when every fiber of my being screamed for me to give up and retreat back to the comfortable familiarity of my old ways. But I refused to surrender. I dug deep, tapping into a reservoir of strength and resilience that I never knew existed within me. And as I pushed through those limits, something incredible happened. I began to expand my boundaries, to redefine what was possible for myself. Suddenly, goals that had once seemed unattainable were within my reach. Obstacles that had once seemed insurmountable became mere speed bumps on the road to success. The more I conquered, the more empowered I became. Each triumph, no matter how small, fueled my determination and bolstered my confidence. I began to see the world through a new lens, one that was no longer clouded by fear and self-doubt. And as I continued on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth, I came to realize a profound truth: our limits are not fixed, immutable boundaries, but rather self-imposed constructs that we have the power to transcend. You see, the human mind is an incredible thing. It has the capacity to adapt, to evolve, to push beyond its perceived limitations in ways that we can scarcely imagine. But in order to unlock that potential, we must first be willing to challenge our own beliefs about what is possible. We must be willing to venture into the unknown, to embrace discomfort and uncertainty, and to confront our deepest fears head-on. It is only by stepping outside of our comfort zones and pushing ourselves to our absolute limits that we can truly begin to grow and transform. I know this path is not an easy one. It requires immense courage, unwavering determination, and a willingness to endure pain and struggle. But I promise you, the rewards of conquering your limits are beyond measure. When you break through those self-imposed boundaries, you will experience a sense of freedom and empowerment that is unlike anything else. You will tap into a wellspring of confidence and self-belief that will propel you to new heights of achievement and success. You will no longer be held back by the fears and doubts that once shackled you. Instead, you will embrace every challenge as an opportunity to grow, to push yourself further, and to redefine what is possible. And perhaps most importantly, you will serve as an inspiration to others, a living embodiment of the transformative power of courage, determination, and an unwavering belief in one's own potential. So I implore you, my friends, to embrace this challenge. Commit yourselves to the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Dare to dream bigger, to push harder, and to conquer the limits that have held you back for far too long. It won't be easy. In fact, it will be one of the most difficult undertakings of your life. But I promise you, the rewards will be worth every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears you pour into the pursuit of your true potential. Imagine a world where we are no longer constrained by the limits we have placed upon ourselves. Imagine a world where we are free to pursue our wildest dreams and ambitions unshackled by fear and self-doubt. That world is within our grasp, my friends, but only if we have the courage to reach out and seize it. So let us forge ahead together, united in our quest to conquer our limits and unlock the boundless potential that lies within each and every one of us. Let us embrace the struggle, the discomfort, and the pain that comes with pushing ourselves to our absolute limits. For it is through that crucible that we will emerge stronger, more resilient, and more empowered than ever before. The path ahead will not be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. For on the other side of those limits lies a world of possibility and personal greatness that you have yet to even imagine. So take that first step, my friends. Confront your fears, silence your doubts, and embark on the journey of a lifetime. The road may be long and arduous, but I will be there with you every step of the way, cheering you on and reminding you of the incredible power that lies dormant within you. Together, we will conquer our limits and usher in a new era of human potential, one where the boundaries of what is possible are shattered and our dreams become reality. The choice is yours, my friends. Will you remain shackled by the limits you have placed upon yourselves, or will you rise up and embrace the challenge of conquering those boundaries? The decision is yours, but I implore you to choose the path of courage, determination, and personal growth. For it is only by venturing beyond our self-imposed limits that we can truly begin to unlock the full scope of our potential and live the extraordinary lives we were meant to lead. So let us embark on this journey together, united in our quest to conquer our limits and redefine what is possible. The road ahead may be long and difficult, but the rewards that await us on the other side are beyond measure. Are you ready to take that first step? Are you ready to embrace the struggle, the pain, and the discomfort that comes with pushing yourself to your absolute limits? If so, then join me, my friends, and let us write a new chapter in the story of human potential, one where our limits are shattered and our dreams become reality. The time for excuses and self-doubt is over. The time for action, for courage, and for unwavering determination is now. So let us raise our voices in a collective battle cry, a rallying call to arms against the limits that have held us back for far too long. Together, we will conquer these boundaries and unlock a world of limitless possibility. Together, we will redefine what it means to be human and push the boundaries of our potential further than ever before. So who's with me? Who is ready to take that first step on the journey to conquering their limits and achieving greatness beyond their wildest dreams? If you are, then let your voices be heard. Let the world know that we are no longer content to be shackled by the chains of fear and self-doubt. For today, my friends, we declare our independence from the limits that have held us back for far too long. Today, we embark on a new path, one that leads us to the heights of personal achievement and self-actualization. So let us go forth with courage and determination, united in our quest to conquer our limits and unlock the boundless potential that lies within each and every one of us. The road ahead may be long and difficult, but together we are unstoppable. So who's with me? Who is ready to take that first step towards conquering their limits and achieving greatness beyond their wildest dreams? If you are, then let your voices be heard. Let the world know that we are no longer content to be shackled by the chains of fear and self-doubt. For today, my friends, we declare our independence from the limits that have held us back for far too long. Today, we embark on a new path, one that leads us to the heights of personal achievement and self-actualization. I can sense the energy in this room, the fire burning within each of you as you prepare to embark on this transformative journey. But let me be clear, conquering your limits will not be easy. It will require every ounce of grit, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in yourselves. There will be times when the path seems too difficult, when the pain and struggle threaten to overwhelm you. The voice of doubt will creep into your mind, whispering insidiously that you should give up, that you've pushed yourself far enough. But in those moments, you must remain resolute. You must silence that voice and remind yourself of why you embarked on this quest in the first place. For some of you, it may be a lifelong dream that has remained just out of reach, a goal that has taunted you from the shadowy realm of the impossible. For others, it may be a deep-seated desire to prove your worth to yourself and to the world around you. And for others still, it may simply be a burning passion to push the boundaries of what you thought was possible, to redefine the limits of your own potential. Whatever your reason, cling to it fiercely. Let it be your guiding light, your unwavering beacon in the darkest moments of struggle and adversity. For make no mistake, those moments will come. The road to conquering your limits is paved with obstacles and setbacks, each one a test of your resolve and determination. But it is in those moments of intense struggle, when every fiber of your being screams for you to surrender, that the true power of the human spirit is revealed. It is in those crucibles of adversity that heroes are forged, that ordinary individuals transcend the boundaries of what was once thought possible. I have witnessed this transformation firsthand, both in myself and in others who have dared to embrace the challenge of conquering their limits. I have seen men and women, once crippled by fear and self-doubt, rise up and achieve feats that would have seemed utterly impossible to their former selves. I have watched as they shed the shackles of their own limiting beliefs, shedding layer after layer of self-imposed constraints until they stood before me, radiant and transformed, basking in the glory of their hard-won triumphs. And in those moments, I have seen something truly remarkable, a fire in their eyes, a burning intensity that can only be kindled by the forge of adversity and the crucible of personal growth. It is a look of profound self-belief, of unwavering confidence in one's own abilities, and an unshakable determination to push forward, no matter what obstacles may arise. That fire, my friends, is the mark of a true conqueror, one who has stared down their limits and emerged victorious. And it is that fire that I wish to ignite within each and every one of you today. But to do so, you must be prepared to endure hardship and struggle unlike anything you have ever experienced before. You must be willing to push yourself to the very brink of your physical and mental limits, to venture into that dark abyss where the demons of doubt and fear reside, and to emerge triumphant, your spirit forged in the fires of adversity. It will not be an easy path, but I promise you the rewards that await you on the other side are beyond measure. For when you conquer your limits, you will experience a sense of freedom and empowerment that is unparalleled. You will shed the shackles of self-doubt and negative thinking that have held you back for far too long, and you will emerge as a force of nature, unstoppable and unstoppable in your pursuit of greatness. For today, we declare our independence from the limits that have held us back for far too long. Today, we embrace the struggle, the adversity, and the pain that comes with pushing ourselves to our absolute limits. And tomorrow, and every day thereafter, we will continue on this journey, ever onward and upward, conquering our limits one by one, until we stand as living embodiments of the boundless potential that lies within the human spirit. So let us go forth, my friends, and conquer the impossible. Let us shatter the boundaries that have constrained us for far too long and forge a new reality, one where our dreams become manifest and our potential is limitless. Who's with me? Have you ever wondered what sets successful people apart from the rest? What is it that allows some individuals to achieve their wildest dreams while others struggle to get by day after day? Well, I'm here to tell you that the answer lies in developing a winner's mindset. You see, your mindset is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. It's the lens through which you view the world, the beliefs you hold about yourself and others, and the actions you take on a daily basis. And if you want to achieve true success and fulfillment in life, you need to cultivate a mindset that empowers you to dream big, take bold action, and persevere in the face of challenges and setbacks. But what exactly is a winner's mindset? And how can you develop one for yourself? Well, let me share with you some of the key characteristics and strategies that have helped me and countless others to cultivate a winning mindset and achieve extraordinary results in all areas of life. First and foremost, a winner's mindset is rooted in a deep sense of self-belief and self-confidence. Winners know that they have the power to create their own reality, to shape their own destiny, and to overcome any obstacle that stands in their way. They don't rely on external validation or approval to feel good about themselves. They have an unshakable inner conviction that they are capable, worthy, and deserving of success. This self-belief is not a matter of arrogance or entitlement. It's a result of consistent effort, learning, and growth. Winners are committed to constantly improving themselves, expanding their knowledge and skills, and pushing beyond their comfort zones. They embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, and they view failures and setbacks as temporary detours on the path to success. Another key characteristic of a winner's mindset is a focus on solutions rather than problems. When faced with a challenge or obstacle, winners don't waste time complaining, blaming, or making excuses. Instead, they immediately start looking for ways to overcome the challenge and move forward. They ask themselves empowering questions like, what can I learn from this situation, or how can I use this experience to become stronger and wiser? This solution-oriented mindset is rooted in a deep sense of personal responsibility. Winners don't see themselves as victims of circumstance or fate. They know that they have the power to shape their own lives through their thoughts, beliefs, and actions. They take ownership of their choices and outcomes, and they refuse to let external factors or other people's opinions dictate their success and happiness. Of course, developing a winner's mindset is not always easy. It requires consistent effort, discipline, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. It means facing your fears, confronting your limiting beliefs, and taking bold action towards your goals and dreams, even when the path ahead is uncertain or challenging. But the rewards of cultivating a winner's mindset are truly immeasurable. When you have a deep sense of self-belief, a solutions-oriented approach to challenges, and a commitment to personal growth and responsibility, you become unstoppable. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and you develop the resilience and determination to keep pushing forward, even in the face of adversity. So how can you start developing a winner's mindset today? Here are a few powerful strategies to get you started. Cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace the idea that your abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed and expanded through effort and learning. When you approach challenges with a growth mindset, you see them as opportunities to learn and improve rather than threats to your ego or self-worth. Practice positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself has a huge impact on your mindset and your ability to achieve your goals. Make a conscious effort to speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and belief, even in the face of setbacks or challenges. Use affirmations and visualizations to reinforce your self-belief and keep your mind focused on your desired outcomes. Surround yourself with winners. The people you spend time with have a huge influence on your mindset and your success. Seek out mentors, colleagues, and friends who embody the winner's mindset and who inspire and challenge you to be your best self. Avoid toxic or negative influences that drain your energy and hold you back from your full potential. Take bold action towards your goals. A winner's mindset is not just about thinking positively, it's about taking consistent, purposeful action towards your dreams and aspirations. Set clear, specific goals for yourself and break them down into manageable steps that you can take on a daily basis. Celebrate your progress and successes along the way, and use any setbacks or failures as opportunities to learn and adjust your approach. Cultivate a sense of gratitude and abundance. Winners focus on what they have rather than what they lack. They appreciate the blessings and opportunities in their lives, and they approach challenges with a sense of abundance and possibility. Practice gratitude on a daily basis and train your mind to look for the good in every situation, even when things don't go as planned. Developing a winner's mindset is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey of growth, learning, and self-discovery. But by committing to these strategies and practices, you can start to shift your mindset from one of limitation and scarcity to one of abundance, resilience, and success. And as you do, you'll start to notice incredible changes in your life. You'll find yourself taking on bigger challenges, pursuing bolder dreams, and achieving results that you never thought possible. You'll develop a sense of unshakable confidence and self-belief, knowing that you have the power to create the life you truly desire. But perhaps most importantly, you'll inspire others to do the same. When you embody a winner's mindset, you become a role model and a leader, showing others what is possible when you refuse to settle for mediocrity and instead commit to being your best self. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level, to achieve your wildest dreams and aspirations, and to make a positive impact on the world around you, then it's time to start developing a winner's mindset. It won't always be easy, and there will be challenges and setbacks along the way. But with persistence, discipline, and a commitment to growth and learning, you can cultivate a mindset that empowers you to achieve extraordinary things. And remember, developing a winner's mindset is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about embracing the journey, learning from your mistakes, and staying committed to your goals and values, even in the face of adversity. It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and challenge you to be your best self. And it's about taking bold action towards your dreams, even when the path ahead is uncertain. So start today. Start cultivating a growth mindset, practicing positive self-talk, surrounding yourself with winners, taking bold action towards your goals, and cultivating a sense of gratitude and abundance. And trust that by doing so, you are not only transforming your own life, but also inspiring others to do the same. Because when you develop a winner's mindset, you become a force for positive change in the world. You become a leader, a visionary, and a catalyst for transformation. You become someone who not only achieves their own dreams, but also helps others to achieve that. And that, my friend, is the true power of a winner's mindset. It's not just about personal success and achievement. It's about making a difference in the lives of others and leaving a lasting legacy of positivity and impact. So embrace the journey ahead with all its challenges and opportunities. Know that you have the power within you to achieve anything you set your mind to. And that by developing a winner's mindset, you are unlocking your full potential and creating a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. And never forget that you are not alone on this journey. You are part of a community of like-minded individuals who are all committed to being their best selves and making a positive difference in the world. Surround yourself with these people, learn from their experiences and insights, and use their support and encouragement to fuel your own growth and success. So let's do this together. Let's cultivate a winner's mindset and create lives of extraordinary achievement and impact. Let's inspire and empower each other to dream big, take bold action, and persevere through challenges and setbacks. And let's leave a legacy of positivity and transformation that will ripple out into the world for generations to come. Because when we develop a winner's mindset, we not only change our own lives, we change the world. We become the leaders, the visionaries, and the change makers that our world so desperately needs. And we create a future that is brighter, bolder, and more beautiful than we ever could have imagined. Let's dive a little deeper into what it really means to have a winner's mindset. It's not just about achieving external success or reaching your goals, although those things are certainly important. It's about developing a deep sense of inner confidence, resilience, and self-belief that allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and determination. You see, life is full of ups and downs, twists and turns, and unexpected obstacles. No matter how well you plan or how hard you work, there will always be moments when things don't go as expected, when you face rejection, failure, or adversity. And it's in these moments that your mindset truly matters. When you have a winner's mindset, you don't let these challenges defeat you. You don't give up or give in to self-doubt and negativity. Instead, you see these moments as opportunities to learn, grow, and become even stronger. You approach life with a sense of curiosity, openness, and adaptability, knowing that every experience, whether positive or negative, has something to teach you. This mindset is rooted in a deep sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Winners are attuned to their own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and they are skilled at managing their emotions in healthy and productive ways. They don't let their fears, doubts, or insecurities hold them back from pursuing their dreams and goals. Instead, they cultivate a mindset of self-compassion, understanding that everyone makes mistakes and faces challenges, and that these experiences are a natural part of the growth process. They treat themselves with kindness and understanding while still holding themselves accountable to their highest standards and aspirations. Another key aspect of a winner's mindset is a focus on personal responsibility and ownership. Winners don't make excuses or blame others for their circumstances or outcomes. They take full responsibility for their choices, actions, and results, and they are committed to learning from their experiences and making positive changes in their lives. This sense of ownership is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being willing to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to embrace the discomfort and uncertainty that comes with growth and change. It's about having the courage to face your fears, to admit your mistakes, and to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. Of course, cultivating a winner's mindset is not a solo journey. It requires the support, encouragement, and guidance of others who share your values and aspirations. Surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded individuals who believe in your potential and challenge you to be your best self is essential to developing a winning mindset. These relationships can take many forms: mentors, coaches, colleagues, friends, or family members. The key is to seek out people who inspire and motivate you, who provide honest and constructive feedback, and who help you to see possibilities and opportunities that you may not have considered on your own. By building a strong network of support and collaboration, you create a powerful ecosystem for growth, learning, and success. You tap into the collective wisdom, experience, and energy of others who are committed to being their best selves and making a positive impact in the world. Of course, developing a winner's mindset is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. It requires ongoing effort, discipline, and commitment, as well as a willingness to adapt and evolve as you face new challenges and opportunities. But the rewards of cultivating a winner's mindset are truly immeasurable. When you have a deep sense of self-belief, resilience, and personal responsibility, you become unstoppable. You develop the capacity to achieve your wildest dreams and aspirations, to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way, and to create a life of purpose, passion, and impact. And perhaps most importantly, you become a role model and a leader for others. When you embody a winner's mindset, you inspire and empower those around you to do the same. You become a catalyst for positive change, not just in your own life, but in the lives of others and in the world at large. So how can you continue to develop and strengthen your winner's mindset? Here are a few powerful strategies to keep in mind. Practice self-reflection and self-awareness. Take time each day to tune into your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and to reflect on your experiences and learning. Ask yourself questions like, what went well today? What could I have done differently? What did I learn about myself and others? Use this self-reflection to gain insight, clarity, and direction for your personal growth and development. Cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace the idea that your abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed and expanded through effort, learning, and perseverance. When you face challenges or setbacks, view them as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as threats to your self-worth or identity. Set meaningful goals and take consistent action. A winner's mindset is not just about dreaming big, it's about taking purposeful action towards your aspirations. Set clear, specific, and measurable goals for yourself and break them down into manageable steps that you can take on a daily basis. Celebrate your progress and successes along the way and use any setbacks or failures as opportunities to learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. Practice self-care and stress management. Developing a winner's mindset requires a strong foundation of physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Make self-care a priority in your life and develop healthy habits and routines that support your overall health and happiness. This might include regular exercise, healthy eating, sufficient sleep, mindfulness practices, or other activities that help you to manage stress and maintain a positive outlook. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with have a powerful impact on your mindset, beliefs, and behaviors. Seek out mentors, colleagues, and friends who embody a winner's mindset and who inspire and challenge you to be your best self. Avoid toxic or negative influences that drain your energy or hold you back from your full potential. By incorporating these strategies into your daily life, you can continue to strengthen and refine your winner's mindset and create a life of extraordinary success, fulfillment, and impact. But remember, developing a winner's mindset is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about embracing the journey of personal growth and self-discovery and staying committed to your values, goals, and aspirations, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. It's about surrounding yourself with positive, supportive individuals who believe in your potential and challenge you to be your best self. And it's about taking consistent, purposeful action towards your dreams while maintaining a sense of balance, self-care, and well-being. Ultimately, developing a winner's mindset is about creating a life that is authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling to you. It's about tapping into your unique talents, passions, and purpose and using them to make a positive impact in the world around you. So embrace the journey ahead with all its ups and downs, twists and turns. Know that you have the power within you to achieve anything you set your mind to, and that by cultivating a winner's mindset, you are unlocking your full potential and creating a life of limitless possibility. And never forget that you are not alone on this path. You are part of a global community of like-minded individuals who are all committed to being their best selves and making a positive difference in the world. Lean on their support, wisdom, and encouragement, and use it to fuel your own growth and success. Together, we can create a world where everyone has the opportunity to develop a winner's mindset and achieve their full potential. A world where we celebrate diversity, creativity, and innovation, and where we work together to solve the complex challenges facing our planet and our species. So let's get to work. Let's cultivate our winners' mindsets and use them to create lives of purpose, passion, and impact. Let's inspire and empower each other to dream big, take bold action, and persevere through adversity. And let's leave a legacy of positive change that will benefit generations to come. Because when we develop a winner's mindset, we not only transform our own lives, we transform the world. We become the leaders, the innovators, and the change makers that our world so desperately needs. And we create a future that is more just, compassionate, and sustainable for all. So thank you for being a part of this movement, for committing to your own growth and development, and for contributing your unique talents and passions to the betterment of our world. Together, we can create a brighter, more beautiful future for ourselves and for all of humanity. Let's get started. Have you ever felt like a volcano on the brink of eruption, your blood boiling, fist clenched, ready to explode at any moment? We've all been there. But what if I told you that this force, this raw, unbridled anger doesn't have to control you? What if instead you could harness it, shape it, and use it to fuel your greatest achievements? Today we're going to embark on a journey of self-discovery, of mastery over our emotions, and ultimately of freedom. Freedom from the chains of uncontrolled anger that have held us back for far too long. I stand before you not as someone who's never felt anger, but as someone who's learned to dance with it, to understand it, to make it work for me rather than against me. And I'm here to show you how you can do the same. Let's start with a simple truth. Anger is a part of our human experience. It's as natural as breathing, as inevitable as the changing of seasons. But here's where many of us go wrong. We see anger as our enemy, something to be suppressed, hidden away in the darkest corners of our psyche. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if anger, when understood and channeled correctly, could be one of our greatest allies? Think about it. When you're angry, you're passionate, you're energized, you're ready to take action. These are powerful forces that, when directed properly, can move mountains. The problem isn't the anger itself, it's our relationship with it. It's how we choose to express it or not express it. It's about control. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Controlling your anger isn't about suppressing it or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about understanding it, embracing it, and then channeling it in a way that serves you and those around you. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I was stuck in traffic. I mean, really stuck. The kind of gridlock that makes you question every life decision that led you to this moment. I could feel the anger rising within me. My hands gripped the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. I was ready to unleash a torrent of frustration on the next person who dared to honk their horn. But then something strange happened. In that moment of peak frustration, I had a revelation. I realized that my anger wasn't changing the situation. It wasn't making the traffic move any faster. All it was doing was making me miserable. So I made a choice. I chose to let go. I took a deep breath, loosened my grip on the steering wheel, and decided to use this time differently. I turned on an audiobook I'd been meaning to listen to for weeks. And you know what? That traffic jam became one of the most productive hours of my week. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Anger is like a fire. Left unchecked, it can burn everything in its path, including ourselves. But when controlled, it can warm us, energize us, and light our way through the darkness. So how do we make this shift? How do we go from being controlled by our anger to controlling it? The first step is awareness. We need to become intimately familiar with our anger. What triggers it? How does it manifest in our bodies, in our thoughts? In our actions? For me, I noticed that my anger often came from a place of fear or insecurity. When I felt threatened or out of control, anger was my go-to response. It was my shield, my way of protecting myself from vulnerability. Once you've identified your triggers and patterns, the next step is acceptance. This doesn't mean accepting bad behavior or harmful actions. It means accepting that anger is a part of you, a part of your emotional landscape. It's not good or bad, it just is. This acceptance is crucial because it allows us to stop fighting against our anger. When we stop seeing it as the enemy, we can start seeing it as information. Our anger is trying to tell us something. Maybe it's pointing out an injustice. Maybe it's highlighting an area where we need to set better boundaries. Maybe it's pushing us to make a change we've been avoiding. The key is to listen to your anger without letting it dictate your actions. This is where the real work begins. I want you to imagine your anger as a small child. When a child throws a tantrum, what's the best response? Is it to scream back at them? To punish them? Or is it to calmly acknowledge their feelings, to try to understand what's causing their distress, and to guide them towards a more constructive expression of their emotions? This is how we need to treat our anger, with compassion, understanding, and firm guidance. One technique I found incredibly helpful is the pause. When you feel anger rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Count to 10 if you need to. This simple act creates a space between the trigger and your response. It gives you a moment to choose how you want to react rather than being swept away by the tide of your emotions. During this pause, ask yourself what's really going on here. What am I really angry about? Often you'll find that the surface level trigger isn't the real issue. Maybe you're not really angry about the dirty dishes in the sink. Maybe you're feeling underappreciated in your relationship. Maybe you're not really furious about the traffic. Maybe you're stressed about being late to an important meeting. By digging deeper, we can address the root cause of our anger rather than just treating the symptoms. Another powerful tool is reframing. This involves looking at the situation from a different perspective. Remember, our anger often comes from our interpretation of events, not the events themselves. Let's say someone cuts you off in traffic. Your immediate reaction might be anger. What an inconsiderate jerk, but what if you reframed it? Maybe that person just got a call that their child is in the hospital. Maybe they're rushing to say goodbye to a dying parent. Or maybe they're just having a really bad day and made a mistake. By reframing the situation, we open ourselves up to empathy and understanding. This doesn't mean we excuse bad behavior, but it allows us to respond from a place of compassion rather than rage. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I like my anger. It makes me feel powerful. It gets things done, and you're not entirely wrong. Anger can be a powerful motivator. It can push us to fight injustice, to stand up for ourselves, to make positive changes in the world. The key is to use your anger, not let it use you. Channel that energy into constructive action. Are you angry about a social issue? Get involved in activism. Are you frustrated with your job? Use that energy to update your resume and look for new opportunities. Are you upset about a personal relationship? Let that anger fuel an honest, respectful conversation about your needs and boundaries. Remember, the goal isn't to never feel angry. The goal is to express that anger in ways that are healthy and productive both for ourselves and for those around us. This brings me to an important point, the impact of our anger on others. Uncontrolled anger doesn't just hurt us, it damages our relationships, our reputation, our opportunities in life. How many times have you said something in anger that you later regretted? How many relationships have been strained or broken because of uncontrolled outbursts? By learning to control our anger, we're not just improving our own lives, we're creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around us. We're creating safer, more respectful environments in our homes, our workplaces, our communities. But let's be real, this isn't easy. Changing our relationship with anger is a process. It takes time, effort, and a whole lot of patience. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you lose your cool. And that's okay. The important thing is to keep trying, to keep learning, to keep growing. One practice that's been transformative for me is mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we create a space between our emotions and our actions. We become observers of our anger rather than being consumed by it. Try this the next time you feel anger rising. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Notice where you feel the anger in your body. Is it a tightness in your chest? A heat in your face? Just observe these sensations without trying to change them. Notice the thoughts running through your mind. Are they true? Are they helpful? Just watch them come and go like clouds passing in the sky. This practice helps us detach from our anger. We start to realize that we are not our anger. We are the awareness that observes the anger. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. Another powerful tool is gratitude. It might seem counterintuitive to focus on gratitude when you're feeling angry, but hear me out. Anger and gratitude cannot coexist in the same moment. By consciously shifting our focus to what we're grateful for, we can short-circuit the anger response. The next time you feel anger bubbling up, try this. Stop and name 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things like your health or your loved ones, or small things like the cup of coffee you had this morning or the sunny weather. By redirecting your mind to gratitude, you're changing your emotional state. Now, I want to address something important. Some of you might be carrying anger from past experiences, trauma, abuse, injustice. This kind of deep-seated anger can be particularly challenging to deal with. If this resonates with you, I want you to know that it's okay. Your anger is valid. It's a natural response to pain and mistreatment. But I also want you to know that you don't have to carry this burden forever. Seeking help from a mental health professional can be incredibly valuable in processing these deeper angers. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and self-love. As we continue on this journey of mastering our anger, it's crucial to develop a toolkit of coping strategies. Different techniques work for different people, so it's about finding what resonates with you. Physical activity can be a great outlet for anger. Going for a run, hitting a punching bag, or even doing some vigorous cleaning can help release that pent-up energy. Creative expressions like painting, writing, or playing music can also be powerful ways to channel anger into something beautiful and meaningful. Breathing exercises are another valuable tool. When we're angry, our breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. By consciously slowing and deepening our breath, we can calm our nervous system and regain control. Try this. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4, and hold for 4. Repeat this cycle a few times and notice how it affects your emotional state. Journaling is another practice I've found immensely helpful. Writing about your anger can help you understand it better. It can reveal patterns and triggers you might not have been aware of. Plus, the act of putting your feelings into words can be cathartic, helping to release some of that pent-up emotion. As you develop your anger management toolkit, remember that prevention is just as important as reaction. Are there certain situations or people that consistently trigger your anger? Can you limit your exposure to these triggers? If not, can you prepare yourself mentally before encountering them? For instance, if you know you have a challenging meeting coming up, take a few minutes beforehand to center yourself. Use some of the techniques we've discussed: deep breathing, mindfulness, gratitude. Set an intention for how you want to show up in that meeting. By proactively managing your emotional state, you're less likely to be caught off guard by anger. Now, let's talk about communication. Often our anger stems from feeling unheard or misunderstood. Learning to communicate effectively can significantly reduce anger in our relationships. One powerful communication tool is the use of I statements. Instead of saying you always do this or you never listen, try expressing your feelings without blame. I feel frustrated when this happens. I feel hurt when I don't feel heard. This approach is less likely to put the other person on the defensive, opening the door for more constructive dialogue. Active listening is equally important. When we truly listen to others, seeking to understand rather than to respond, we often find that our anger dissipates. We might realize that there's been a misunderstanding or gain insight into the other person's perspective. Remember, the goal of communication in conflict isn't to win. It's to understand and to be understood. When we approach our interactions with this mindset, we create space for resolution and growth rather than escalation and resentment. As we continue to work on managing our anger, it's important to celebrate our progress. Notice the times when you successfully navigate a triggering situation. Acknowledge the moments when you choose a thoughtful response over a knee-jerk reaction. These small victories are the building blocks of lasting change. At the same time, be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight. There will be times when you slip back into old patterns. When this happens, don't beat yourself up. Instead, view it as a learning opportunity. What can this moment teach you about your triggers? About your needs? Use it as motivation to recommit to your journey of growth. One aspect of anger management that often gets overlooked is self-care. When we're stressed, overwhelmed, or depleted, we're much more likely to lose our cool. Taking care of our physical and emotional needs isn't selfish, it's essential for maintaining emotional balance. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Eat nourishing foods, move your body regularly. Take time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. When we prioritize our well-being, we build emotional resilience. We create a buffer that helps us weather life's inevitable storms without being swept away by anger. As we near the end of our time together, I want to circle back to where we started. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate anger from our lives. Anger, like all emotions, serves a purpose. It can motivate us to make positive changes. It can help us recognize and protect our boundaries. It can be a catalyst for personal growth and social progress. The key is to make anger work for us, not against us, to use it as a tool, not a weapon, to let it inform us, not control us. Imagine a world where we all had this level of emotional mastery. A world where disagreements led to dialogue instead of destruction, where frustrations fueled positive action instead of violence, where we responded to injustice with focused determination rather than blind rage. This world is possible, and it starts with each one of us in this moment making the choice to take control of our anger. As you leave here today, I challenge you to pay attention to your anger. Notice when it arises. Get curious about it. What's it trying to tell you? How can you respond in a way that honors your feelings while also respecting others? Remember, this is a journey. There's no finish line, no point at which you'll never feel angry again. The goal is progress, not perfection. Each time you choose a thoughtful response over a reactive one, you're rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways that make it easier to manage your anger in the future. You have the power to change your relationship with anger. You have the ability to transform this powerful emotion from a destructive force into a constructive one. It won't always be easy, but I promise you it's worth it. The freedom you'll feel when you're no longer at the mercy of your anger is incredible. The positive impact it will have on your relationships, your career, your overall well-being, it's truly life-changing. So I invite you to join me on this journey. Let's commit to mastering our anger, to using it as a force for good in our lives and in the world. Let's choose understanding over reactivity, compassion over condemnation, growth over stagnation. Remember, you are not your anger. You are the consciousness that observes it, the wisdom that guides it, the love that transforms it. You have everything you need within you to make this change. As you go forward from here, carry this truth with you. You have the power to control your anger before it controls you. You have the ability to respond rather than react. You have the strength to choose love over fear, understanding over judgment, peace over conflict. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Today, you've taken that step. You've chosen to embark on this path of emotional mastery. And I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in your capacity for growth, for change, for transformation. So go forth with courage, with determination, with compassion for yourself and for others. Remember that every moment is a new opportunity to choose how you want to show up in the world. Every interaction is a chance to practice what we've discussed here today. You have the power to rewrite your story, to change the narrative of your life. You are not defined by your past reactions or behaviors. You are defined by the choices you make in this moment and the next and the next and the next. So choose wisely, choose consciously, choose love, choose understanding, choose growth, and watch as your world transforms around you. Thank you for your attention, for your openness, for your willingness to embark on this journey of self-discovery and emotional mastery. Remember, the power is in your hands. You can control your anger before it controls you. Now go out there and create the life you deserve, a life of peace, of purpose, of profound connection with yourself and others. The world is waiting for the best version of you. The version that responds with wisdom instead of reacting with anger. The version that chooses understanding over judgment. The version that uses the fire of anger not to destroy, but to illuminate the path forward. As you leave here today, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. A commitment to be more aware of your anger, to be curious about it rather than afraid of it. A commitment to pause before you react, to choose your response consciously. Do you ever feel like life is throwing you curveball after curveball and you just can't seem to catch a break? Like no matter how hard you try, how much effort you put in, you just keep coming up against roadblocks and obstacles that feel insurmountable. If so, I want you to know that you're not alone. And more importantly, I want you to know that you have the power within you to overcome any challenge, to rise above any setback, and to achieve any dream you set your mind to. The key is cultivating a never-quit mindset, a way of thinking and being that empowers you to keep moving forward no matter what. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That sounds great, but easier said than done, right? And trust me, I get it. I've been there in those moments of doubt and frustration when quitting feels like the only option. But here's what I've learned: quitting is never the answer. Quitting is just a temporary relief from the discomfort of growth and change. It's a way of staying stuck, of settling for less than you're capable of letting fear and self-doubt win. A never-quit mindset, on the other hand, is about choosing to face those fears and doubts head-on. It's about digging deep within yourself and finding the courage, the resilience, and the determination to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's about believing in yourself and your dreams even when no one else does. And it's about taking consistent, purposeful action day in and day out to make those dreams a reality. So how do you cultivate that kind of mindset? How do you train your brain to stay focused, motivated, and committed even in the face of adversity? Well, there are a few key strategies and habits that I've found to be incredibly powerful in my own life and in the lives of countless others who have achieved great things. The first is to get crystal clear on your why. What is the deeper purpose and meaning behind your goals and dreams? What is the impact you want to make in the world, the legacy you want to leave, the difference you want to make in the lives of others? When you have a strong, compelling reason for doing what you do, when you're driven by a sense of mission and purpose, it becomes so much easier to stay the course, even when the path gets rocky. I love the story of Mahatma Gandhi, one of the greatest leaders and visionaries of the 20th century. As a young man, Gandhi was thrown off a train in South Africa for refusing to give up his seat to a white passenger. In that moment, he could have chosen to quit, to let that experience of injustice and humiliation define him. But instead, he used it as fuel for his fire. He became an unstoppable force for change, leading India to independence and inspiring millions around the world with his message of nonviolent resistance and social justice. And when asked about his incredible resilience and determination, Gandhi famously said, "Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will." That indomitable will, that unshakable spirit, is the essence of a never-quit mindset. And the good news is, it's something that each and every one of us has the capacity to develop and strengthen over time. Another key strategy is to reframe failure and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. So often we view failure as something shameful, something to be avoided at all costs. But the truth is, failure is a necessary and inevitable part of the journey to success. Every great achiever, every icon and legend throughout history has faced countless failures and rejections on their way to the top. The difference is they didn't let those failures define them. They used them as stepping stones, as chances to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. Think about Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. It said that he failed over 10,000 times before finally finding the right formula for a long-lasting, reliable bulb. When asked about his incredible persistence in the face of so many setbacks, Edison famously replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways it won't work." What a powerful reframe, right? Instead of seeing his failures as proof of his inadequacy or lack of ability, Edison chose to see them as valuable data points, as necessary steps on the path to his ultimate goal. And that mindset allowed him to keep going, to keep experimenting and iterating until he achieved one of the greatest breakthroughs in modern history. So the next time you face a failure or setback, I want you to ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use it to grow, to improve, to come back stronger and wiser than before? When you shift your perspective in that way, failure loses its power to paralyze or discourage you. It becomes just another part of the process, another opportunity to flex your never-quit muscles and keep moving forward. Of course, cultivating a never-quit mindset isn't just about the big, dramatic moments of perseverance and comeback. It's also about the small, daily choices and habits that you develop over time. It's about the way you talk to yourself, the way you prioritize your time and energy, the way you show up for yourself and others, even when you don't feel like it. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is the practice of gratitude. When you make it a daily ritual to focus on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small, you train your brain to scan for the positive, to see the opportunities and blessings in every situation. And that positive focus becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, attracting more and more good things into your life. I'm reminded of the story of Oprah Winfrey, one of the most successful and influential women in the world. Oprah grew up in poverty, facing countless challenges and traumas throughout her childhood, but instead of letting those experiences define her, she used them as fuel for her dreams. She developed an unshakable belief in herself and her potential, and she made it a daily practice to focus on gratitude and positivity, even in the darkest of times. In fact, Oprah credits her success in large part to her gratitude journal, a simple notebook where she writes down 5 things she's grateful for every single day. She's been doing this practice for over a decade, and she says it's transformed her life in countless ways. By consistently focusing on the good, she's been able to maintain a never-quit mindset, even in the face of incredible challenges and setbacks. So my challenge to you today is to start your own gratitude practice. Every morning before you start your day, take a few minutes to write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. They can be big things like your health or your family, or small things like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunrise. The key is to make it a consistent habit, to train your brain to look for the positive in every situation. Another powerful habit is to surround yourself with people who support and inspire you, who believe in your dreams and your potential. We are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with, so it's crucial to be intentional about the company we keep. Seek out mentors, coaches, and peers who embody the qualities and achievements you admire, who challenge you to grow and stretch beyond your comfort zone. And when you do face those inevitable moments of doubt or fear, lean on your support system. Reach out to a trusted friend or advisor, share your struggles and your goals, and ask for help and encouragement. Remember, you don't have to go it alone. There is strength in vulnerability in admitting when you need support and guidance. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how many people are eager to champion you and cheer you on. Of course, cultivating a never-quit mindset also means being willing to take bold, decisive action, even in the face of uncertainty or discomfort. It means being willing to push yourself beyond your perceived limits, to take risks and try new things, to step outside your comfort zone in pursuit of your dreams. I love the quote by author and speaker Jack Canfield, who says, "Everything you want is on the other side of fear." Think about that for a moment. The very things we most desire, the goals and dreams that set our souls on fire, are often the things that scare us the most. They require us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to face the possibility of failure or rejection, to take a leap of faith into the unknown. But here's the thing, on the other side of that fear lies incredible opportunity and growth. On the other side of that fear lies the life you've always dreamed of, the impact you've always wanted to make, the person you've always known you could become. And the only way to get there is to feel the fear and do it anyway. To take that first step, even if your knees are shaking. To keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain or the obstacles seem insurmountable. And as you take those steps, as you build that momentum and that courage, something incredible starts to happen. You start to realize that you're capable of so much more than you ever imagined. You start to see your own strength and resilience, your own power to shape your reality and create the life you desire. And that realization becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, propelling you forward with even greater confidence and determination. But here's the thing, a never-quit mindset isn't just about achieving your goals and dreams. It's about who you become in the process. It's about the person you grow into as you face your fears, overcome your obstacles, and stretch beyond your perceived limits. It's about developing the kind of character and integrity that allows you to weather any storm, to rise above any challenge, to lead with compassion and conviction. And that, my friends, is the true power of a never-quit mindset. It's not just about what you achieve, but who you become. It's about the impact you make on the world around you, the lives you touch and inspire, the legacy you leave behind. So how do you cultivate that kind of character and integrity? How do you become the kind of person who embodies a never-quit spirit, not just in your pursuits, but in your very being? It starts with your values and your beliefs. It starts with getting clear on what matters most to you, what you stand for, what you're willing to fight for. It starts with developing a strong sense of purpose and meaning, a North Star that guides you through the darkness and the doubt. For me, that North Star has always been service. It's the belief that we are all here for a reason, that we all have unique gifts and talents to share with the world, and that our greatest fulfillment comes from using those gifts to make a positive impact on others. That belief has guided me through some of my toughest moments when the road ahead seemed impossible and the obstacles insurmountable. It's what's kept me going even when I wanted to give up. And I've seen that same sense of purpose and service in so many of the great leaders and changemakers throughout history. People like Martin Luther King Jr., who faced incredible adversity and persecution in his fight for civil rights, but who never wavered in his commitment to justice and equality. People like Mother Teresa, who dedicated her life to serving the poorest of the poor, to seeing the inherent dignity and worth in every human being, no matter their circumstances. These leaders understood that a never-quit mindset isn't just about personal achievement or success. It's about something greater than ourselves. It's about the impact we make, the lives we touch, the world we leave behind. And that understanding gave them the strength and the courage to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep believing, even in the darkest of times. So what is your North Star? What is the greater purpose or meaning that drives you forward, that gives you the strength to keep going when the going gets tough? Take some time to reflect on that question, to dig deep and get clear on what matters most to you. And then let that purpose be your guide, your anchor, your lighthouse in the storm. Another key aspect of developing a never-quit character is the practice of self-reflection and self-awareness. It's about taking an honest look at ourselves, our strengths and our weaknesses, our patterns and our tendencies. It's about being willing to confront our own limiting beliefs and behaviors, to challenge ourselves to grow and evolve and become the best version of ourselves. That kind of self-reflection isn't always easy. It requires vulnerability, humility, and a willingness to face the parts of ourselves that we may not like or understand. But it's also incredibly powerful. When we have the courage to look at ourselves honestly, to acknowledge our flaws and our failures, we open ourselves up to incredible growth and transformation. Think about the great leaders and innovators throughout history who have changed the world through their ideas and their actions. People like Steve Jobs, who was known for his relentless pursuit of excellence and his willingness to challenge the status quo. But Jobs was also known for his ability to reflect on his own shortcomings, to learn from his mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. In fact, Jobs once said, "Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations." That kind of self-awareness and humility is the mark of a true leader, someone who understands that growth and success are not about perfection, but about progress. It's about being willing to face our own limitations and challenges head-on, to use them as fuel for our own development and evolution. So how do you cultivate that kind of self-awareness and humility? One powerful practice is mindfulness, the simple act of paying attention to the present moment, without judgment or distraction. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to observe our own thoughts and emotions with curiosity and compassion, to see them as passing experiences rather than fixed realities. We learn to respond rather than react, to choose our actions and attitudes with intention and purpose. Mindfulness has been shown to have incredible benefits for our mental and emotional well-being, from reducing stress and anxiety to increasing focus and creativity. But it's also a powerful tool for developing self-awareness and self-reflection. When we learn to observe ourselves with kindness and clarity, we open ourselves up to new insights and perspectives, to the possibility of change and growth. Another key practice for developing a never-quit character is the art of resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges, to adapt and persevere in the face of adversity. Resilience is not about avoiding or denying the difficult experiences in life, but about learning to navigate them with grace and grit. One of the most powerful ways to build resilience is through the practice of reframing the ability to see challenges and obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. When we reframe a setback as a chance to develop new skills or insights, we shift our focus from the problem to the solution, from the limitation to the possibility. Think about the great athletes and competitors who have overcome incredible odds to achieve their dreams. People like Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team but went on to become one of the greatest players of all time. Or Serena Williams, who has faced countless challenges and criticisms throughout her career, but has continued to break records and inspire millions with her talent and tenacity. These athletes understand that resilience is not about being perfect or undefeated, but about the ability to keep showing up, to keep learning and growing, to keep pushing past their own limits and expectations. They understand that every setback is an opportunity to build strength and character, to develop new strategies and skills, to become even more unstoppable in the pursuit of their goals. So how do you cultivate that kind of resilience in your own life? One key is to develop a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence are not fixed traits, but qualities that can be developed and strengthened over time. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges and failures as opportunities for learning and improvement, rather than as indictments of your worth or potential. Another key is to build a strong support system, a network of people who believe in you, who encourage and inspire you, who help you stay accountable to your goals and values. When we have people in our lives who see the best in us, who challenge us to be our best selves, we are more likely to push through the tough times and come out stronger on the other side. Finally, cultivating a never quit character means being willing to take bold and decisive action, even in the face of fear or uncertainty. It means being willing to step outside your comfort zone, to take risks and try new things, to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth and change. That kind of courage and determination can be scary, especially when the path ahead is uncertain or the stakes are high, but it's also incredibly liberating. When we are willing to face our fears and take action in spite of them, we open ourselves up to incredible opportunities and possibilities, to the chance to make a real difference in the world and in our own lives. I think of the great leaders and visionaries throughout history who have changed the course of human progress through their bold and fearless actions. People like Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison for his fight against apartheid, but who never lost sight of his vision for a free and just South Africa. Or Malala Yousafzai, who was shot by the Taliban for her advocacy of girls' education, but who has continued to fight for the rights of women and girls around the world with unwavering courage and conviction. These leaders understood that a never-quit mindset means being willing to stand up for what you believe in, even when the consequences are great. It means being willing to speak truth to power, to challenge the status quo, to be a voice for the voiceless and a force for change in the world. And that, my friends, is the ultimate power of a never-quit mindset. It's not just about achieving our own goals and dreams, but about the impact we make on the world around us.